Hotel family. Y'all look at this. 1955 warrant in Emmitt Till case found. Family seeks arrest. 1955 warrant in Emmitt Till case found. Family seeks arrest. I just seen a story where a 101-year-old Nazi was sentenced for what they did in World War II. So I know we can get some justice for Emmitt Till, right? A team search in the Mississippi courthouse basement for evidence about the lynching of black teenager Emmitt Till has found the unserved warrant charging a white woman in his 1955 kidnapping, and relatives of the victim want authorities to finally arrest her nearly 70 years later. And they should arrest her and punish her to the fullest extent of the law. A warrant for the arrest of Carol Bryant Donham, identified as Miss Roy Bryant on the document, was discovered last week by searchers inside a file folder that had been placed in a box. LaFleur County Circuit Clerk Elmas Stockstill told the Associated Press on Wednesday. Documents are kept inside boxes by decade, he said, but there was nothing else to indicate where the warrant, dated August 29th, 1955, might have been. They narrowed it down between the 50s and 60s and got lucky, said Stockstill, who certified the warrant as genuine. The search group included members of the Emmitt Till Legacy Foundation and two Till relatives, cousin Deborah Watts, head of the foundation, and her daughter, Terry Watts. Relatives want authorities to use the warrant to arrest Donham, who at the time of the slaying was married to one of two white men, tried and acquitted just weeks after Till was abducted from a relative's home, killed and dumped into a river. Serve it and charge her, Terry Weiss told the AP in an interview. And I agree with that. They need to serve her, charge her, and anybody else that's still alive that was associated with it. She need to tell all that she knows. More warrants need to be issued out, and we need to get some justice. Hold on, we see her name. We see her name. A warrant for the arrest of Carol Bryant Donham, identified as Miss Roy Bryant on the document, was discovered last week. They done discovered the warrant. They definitely need to go get her. Keith Beauchamp, whose documentary film The Untold Story of Emmitt Louis Till, preceded a renewed Justice Department probe that ended without charges in 2007, was also part of the search. He said there's enough new evidence to prosecute Donham. Donham set off the case in August 1955 by accusing the 14-year-old Till of making improper advances at a family store in Money, Mississippi. A cousin of Till who was there has said Till whistled at the woman, an act that flew in the face of Mississippi's racist social codes of the era. Evidence indicates a woman, possibly Donham, identified Till to the men who later killed him. The arrest warrant against Donham was publicized at the time, but the LaFleur County Sheriff told reporters he did not want to bother the woman since she had two young children to care for. Wow. What about the young child that got murdered because of her? Now in her 80s and most recently living in North Carolina, Donham has not commented publicly on calls for her prosecution. But Terry Weiss said the Till family believes the warrant accusing Donham of kidnapping amounts to new evidence. Bill Cosby going to jail for stuff that happened decades ago. And again, I just saw a Nazi war criminal prosecuted, and they were 101 years old. This 80-year-old definitely need to taste some justice. This is what the state of Mississippi needs to go ahead, she said. District Attorney Dwayne Richardson, whose office would prosecute the case, declined comment on the warrant, but cited a December report about the Till case from the Justice Department, which said no prosecution was possible. Yeah, y'all go look up that article. Y'all read through it. But they found an arrest warrant. They got a warrant for the lady who had this young man slaughtered, murdered, lynched, killed for nothing. They need to serve her that justice, man. They need to serve her that justice ASAP.